For those of us who share an affinity for sweets, cake probably takes the cake as our favorite dessert ever. It's the one treat most commonly associated with momentous celebrations, and it can even manage to evoke nostalgia, not to mention the flavor profile that exists for practically every taste. Interestingly, the ancient Egyptians were the first culture to exhibit baking skills, and during ancient times, the cakes were more bread-like in appearance and sweetened with honey. The Greeks also had an early form of cheesecake, which the Romans developed versions of fruitcakes with raisins, nuts, and other fruits. Today on Women in Business, we explore the beautiful story of Madame Jane Adu, who is the owner of Lacake School and Pastries here in Accra. She makes all manners of delicious cakes, including birthdays, wedding anniversaries, and many more. Stay tuned.
Welcome back, and so that's my guest for the show today here on Women in Business. And so let me introduce my guest here in the studio. She's actually a cake diva. You know, she loves everything cake. She does everything cake, and she's also a sugar bender. You know, so we'll find out why, you know, she decided to be bending sugars all this while anyway. Good morning, Jane. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Always. It's a good time to have you over here on the show. And so let me get into a weekend. Was it busy? Less busy?
Oh, yeah. It was really, really, really busy.
A lot of cake events?
A lot of others, birthdays, weddings, and all that. It was really busy.
It means when you're supposed to be resting on the weekend, you're still busy.
Do I really have a time to rest? No, I don't think I have time to rest, because usually weekends are extremely busy.
Wow. So there's no rest for you?
There's no rest. Normally I could rest on Sunday, but because of the kids too,
you're busy on the other side as well.
Yeah, so
my goodness, I don't want to be you. I don't want to be you. But let's talk about this. Have you always wanted to make cakes and bend sugars and all that?
Okay. If I say I always wanted to make cakes, I think that wouldn't be. The thing is, I had always wanted to create something. So whilst I was at the university, I tried graphic design because I wanted to create something, but that didn't really work for me. So I wanted more. I wanted to bring out something. So 10 years ago, I said, okay, I think I can do a lot with cake. So that's when I started putting in that creativity into cake.
So was it driven by passion, or it was just some experience you had and you decided, okay, it works?
I think it's just the passion I had. It's passion. Yeah.
And so after school, you decided that this is the business you want to get into, and then you started off, or how did you begin?
After school, when I got married 11 years ago, and first I was working at a bank. And my husband,
you've been a banker?
Yes. And my husband was okay with that. But when I decided to okay, no, this is really what I want, cake, it was a little bit of a challenge, because he was like, cake, it's this kind of a book kind of a man. So he wasn't seeing the thing, he wasn't seeing the connection between being a banker and doing cake.
Switching to that point.
Yeah, so it was a challenge for a long time. For over 2 years, we're still.
It was a challenge for 2 years.
Yeah.
How were you able to convince him? I mean, book long people there, it's not easy to convince them.
Yeah, I just had to be consistent that this is what I want. This is what I want to do. I don't want to work for anyone. I don't want to be a banker. Let me do my thing.
Yeah.
The families came in and all that, and
it took the family to actually wow. Yes. That must have been very difficult for you.
Yes, it was.
So then I'm curious, how were you able to now finally say that, okay, or better yet, when you did your first project or your first business cake or whatever it is, and you took it to him, what was the reaction? Was it now that he accepted that?
At first, he wasn't okay, But eventually, when he started looking at the things I could make, he's like my hype man.
Oh.
Yeah. So he does all the advertising for me and all that. So he could see like, okay, so she wants this and it's really good. She's doing well in it. He doesn't have a choice but to support.
I see. Do you remember your first time that you went probably somewhere, you were working and then he came around, or when you presented him a cake, to taste what you've been doing or you've been cooking for them? Do you remember the experience of the first time and how he went about it?
Yes, very well. That I can't forget. It was like, okay, so I made this cake. Then it wasn't really good. That was like 9 years ago.
Okay.
It was a high heel cake. And I showed it to him. He's not here. He's in Canada.
Okay.
So I sent him a picture and was like, this is what I made. He was like, okay. And immediately he called a video call. I was like, I want to see it. I want to know if you really made that. And trust me, the high heel wasn't even good, but
it was a high heel cake.
Yes, a high heel cake for someone. But he was super excited. I said, oh, then this is good. You're really doing good in this. Then I was like, okay. So his expression, for him to see that message, the picture I sent to him and call back, was a lot to me at that point because of the whole issue that was going on. Me leaving banking industry and going into the cake industry. So when he called back, I felt, okay, I've won this guy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And that's how it all began.
And that was how he actually started giving me the ideas, like, okay, so let's do this.
I see.
Yeah.
Now, what lesson did that teach you?
For me, it's just the consistency. If you know this is what you want, just go for it. For those of us who are married and have kids, it might be a little bit of a challenge, but women, of course, we always have challenges. But you just have to stand on your ground and say, this is what I want. This is what I want to achieve. I feel like in as much as the thing is something good, especially when it has to do with finance, if it's going to support your family and all that, eventually the man will come around. So just go for it.
Just go for it.
Yeah.
And so it didn't end there. You decided that I want to push myself more and establish a school.
Okay, so at that time, I wasn't getting enough to explore. I wasn't getting enough others to like, okay, let me do this.
So it was a slow start for you?
Yeah, it was a very slow start.
The emphasis on very...
it was very slow because then I could like be there 2 months, one other.
Oh.
Yes, but now weekends we do 20, 30. So it was very slow. Yeah.
And nothing was ready to stop you.
No, I wasn't even ready. A lot of things were ready to stop me, but I wasn't ready to be stopped.
Okay, and that was the other side.
That was just it. I wasn't ready to be stopped. I knew what I wanted, so I had to like start up the school. The others was not coming, but I needed to give out what was in me. So I started the school. I started with just one student, and yeah, today we are big.
Today we are big. We'll talk about how big you are, but let's look about the financial aspect of it. So you having passion for something you're doing, that in the whole month, 2 months, you're only getting one order, and you're sitting there and you're hoping that something better comes out of it, and you're not seeing it. How do you manage around things like that? Because you need money. You're investing the money into what you're not getting it back. The orders are not even coming and all that.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's where the consistency comes in. You see, when you start a business as an entrepreneur, you don't expect to start making money immediately. You need to give it time. There's no business, the likes of those who are the business moguls. There's no business today that started today and started making money today. They built it. You need to give it time. You need to build that business. And you need to be patient. In being patient, you also need to work hard. You need to go out there, look for... I remember then I started in church. I was telling everybody in church, I make cake. So you need to push yourself. Yeah, so that was just what I did. I pushed myself. I was consistent and I was patient. In being patient, I was also working for the money. To get the money, to get the other and all that.
There are a lot more or others who have been in this situation. They've been very patient enough. they've had to just manage whatever they have. They've been waiting for the orders to come, the services and all that, and they're not showing up. You're going to be hungry. You're going to be looking for money to do other things and all that.
Yeah.
How do you overcome all of these things, especially when you know that everything you have is what you're investing into it?
If it's in this line of business, if you're not lazy, you would somehow make the money.
Okay.
For instance, if you're not getting a cake order for birthdays, weddings and all that, you can do small chops. You can do pie.
But you also sell.
Yes, you can sell. You can do pie, you can do chips, baked chips, you can do baked donuts, fried donuts. There are lots of things you can do to just, you can sell them like 2 CDs and all that. You'll still get your money. You'll still get money.
So you don't have to be looking at it from earning big.
No, from
right
the start.
On the onset when you started.
No, you can't.
So
if you do that
and make big money back.
Oh, if you do that, you're just gonna crash. You just have to be patient and grow gradually.
All right, let's talk about the school itself. So you started with one person, and then now you have how many people now?
Oh, now the school we run is every 2 months.
Okay.
Then I can take one person for a whole year. But now every 2 months. Every 2 months, I try to limit my class because of my kind of teaching is different from the regular.
Okay.
It's not just a cake school. It's a place where we bring out the creativity in you. So I don't take more than 15 to 20 in my class for 2 months. I limit it. Once I get 20 max, if you're calling to register, I'll tell you the class is full. It's a one-on-one thing we do. We don't just come to the class and say that. We have to touch every individual, make sure you get them. So now we just do 20 max.
20 students for a month, and then when they graduate,
another set
you
comes.
bring another set.
Yeah.
Well, what are some of the challenges you go through meeting these people? And in terms of male-female percentage, which people are more interested in coming to learn?
The women, of course. Okay. They are. The challenges, a lot. But in this business, you have to just take everyone the way they are. You don't have to. They're there for a period of time. They're not there forever. So you have to tolerate what they do, what they say. Some people can just come in and act very funny, like, give you this kind of attitude. You just have to overlook it and do what you have to do and let them go. There are a lot of challenges. People come in, you give them 9 to come in, they don't come in 9. Some of them, you're teaching them, do it this way. They are doing it the other way. But you just have to be patient.
Is this something that you feel that it's fulfilling? Looking at the fact that you have to transition from just being the cake maker into what you are doing right now, is this something that is fulfilling?
It's 101% fulfilling. I am fulfilled. I feel like this is where I want to be. This is what I want to be. This is what I want to do. And having this opportunity I have now to own the cake side and the bakery side, it's satisfying. I'm 100% fulfilled. Yeah.
100% fulfilled. Is this something you want to do for the longest in terms of the school, or
I want to do this forever, right? But this brings me to something we have been planning. And I think this is just the right time, if you permit me to announce it. So from next year, we want to impact 10 women free of charge.
Oh.
And we have a specific category of women we want either marriage or married, but you must have a child or kids.
Okay.
Right? So women with kids that are struggling to make something, or who are interested but have no money to, pursue this. So these are the category of women we are looking at. So we're going to take them. We'll have this twice in a year. So the first one is going to be in March. Then the second one will be in October. Right? So they will come in. We're teaching them. We're taking care of everything. We buy their tools. They don't have to pay. It's just going to be free of charge. But my concern here, it's not really the women. It's the kids, right? that's why we made it in such a way that it has to be mothers, not just women. It has to be mothers, right? Mothers with kids who are finding it difficult.
So you're providing them opportunities
for
to earn
their
something
mother,
for themselves,
so they can take care of the kids.
Of the kids.
Yeah.
All right, and this is happening when next year?
Yes. So the registration is on from December. The first batch of that will be in March.
I see.
So, and it's going to be for a month.
Interesting stuff you're doing over there. Let's talk about the cakes itself. So, making cakes, what comes to it? You know, let's look at what you have done that really pushed you, or the cake that you had to work on that gave you too much wahala. You know, let's talk about that experience itself.
Okay, so like I said, my kind of cake making is different. I want to create you. I want to create the lights. I want to create the guy behind the camera, standing with the camera. Yeah, that's the kind of cake I do. It's not just the regular. I want to create you sitting on that
You can do
couch.
that?
Yeah. So it's every cake that comes my way, it's kind of a challenge to push. So recently, I remember I was supposed to make a gravity football cake, a basketball, a hand holding a basketball up. And the structure the man did for me was not working. And I was like, we're standing there with my staffs. And I was like, how are we going to do this? My head was just spinning. And the cake has to go 2 days to that day.
How do you do that?
Yes, so we just have to find a way around it. And yeah, it came out perfect.
So these are people who come to you and they say they want these, or you tell them, or you share ideas with them, depending on the kind of event that you're doing, so that you say, okay, let's go about it this way. How's the process like?
So some people don't even know what they want.
Oh.
So you can come to me and say, oh, I have a cameraman that today is his birthday, like you mentioned. What can we give him? I wouldn't suggest this kind of cake. I'll say, let's make him a camera. So that's how it works. So we'll make him a camera, you give it to him, he's like, wow, okay, so this is what he loves, and he gets it in cake. So for me, anything can be sugar, anything can be cake.
Isn't it you putting yourself to test too much?
No,
because it could have been in the ordinary, and the person, I mean, they were scattered everywhere.
That's
People
why,
just do the ordinary and you're fine with it.
Yeah, that's why we don't do the ordinary. That's why I'm different, right? I always want to push myself. I always want to do what I haven't done before. So,
and that could be expensive.
Well,
or is it something that you don't look at what you're?
Of course, it's more expensive than the regular. Yeah, but
people still come for it.
People still come for it. I remember when I had just 24 hours. I think a few months ago, I had just 24 hours to make a massive cake for ADB board of director. And when they called me, I had no idea. They always order from me. So the woman said, Lacake, I just want his picture on the cake. I didn't know what to do, but we just have to, do something. And it was lovely. And they loved it. Yeah. So every time with this work, you just have to be on your toe. My brain works 24 hours. Even while I'm sleeping, I'm thinking, how do I achieve this? How do I achieve this? So, yeah.
Does it pay? Are you making money from it?
Yes, I'm making a lot.
If you look at how you started with one and in 2 months and all that.
Yes.
Is this something that is paying?
Yes, it's paying, and it's paying very well. I'm making money from it. I wouldn't lie about that. Yeah.
All right. So if you ever thought that making cake, sugar and all of that.
Let me come in here. So in the making money, recently my husband said, do you know you make more money than a bank manager? I said, but you wanted me to be...
We got to that point.
Yes. I said, but you wanted me to remain in the banking industry. And he was like, that was then, so...
Oh, I see. So he actually admit that.
Yes, he did. Recently, he did.
Janet is my guest in the studio this morning. We're talking about making cakes, and she's got a beautiful project that she's working on as well. Next year is also going to kick off, and you want to be a part of that. She's going to be sharing some more info on that, so you can also join. The registration is ongoing. We'll tell you how you can also join. But if you just tune in here on the show, this is Women in Business, and we're putting women who are doing incredible things out there, in the spotlight. And today, my guest is here seated with me, and we're looking at so many things that she's done, and she's continuing to do as well. Now let's talk about your innovative ideas that you share when you're doing all these cakes and all that. Yeah. I know it's very key because at the end of the day, what you're even doing is more difficult. Yeah. So you need to put a lot more effort into ensuring that you're able to generate what the clients want. In a process where you have to deliver at a certain period of time, and you're not able to, or you need more time to do it, how do you go about these things in terms of your clients when they come?
With this, you can never need more time. This is what I mean. If your birthday is today, I have to deliver today.
Okay.
And if you say your party is 9, I have to deliver before 9. I can't tell you to make your party 12. You will not have any guests to celebrate with. So this work, it's kind of different from regular furniture and dressmakers and all that. So what happens is when you get an order, you have to make sure you take what you can do. And if you know you can't do it, don't just bother taking the order.
Because some would say, oh yes,
a lot of people. I get a lot of calls. People will still say they can still do it. I get a lot of calls. Oh, madam, my cake vendor has disappointed me. It's like, you don't take orders you know you can't take care of or you can handle. So we've never had that thing where we have to be against time or we are not able to deliver. No. So it's all planning. You just have to plan yourself well.
And sometimes when you, I want to walk into the processes of making the cake.
Sure.
Sometimes when you're creating it, or whatever idea anybody brings to you, when you're creating it, does it get to a point where you feel like you're stuck, or a point where you feel like what you want to create is becoming a problem, and so you're now trying to just work your way around it and see how best. How do you do these things? Because creating something like me sitting in a chair and all of these things.
Okay, so this is what I tell my students.
Yeah.
In the world of sugar crafts, everything you want to make, the details is in there. So if I look at the chair, I know, okay, I'm supposed to roll a black fondant for the leg. I'm supposed to mix a marble ash fondant for the couch itself. And your hair, it's like my hair. I was supposed to, twist it to make it. The glasses, I was supposed. So everything you need to know or everything you need to do, it's right there in the picture that you want to work on. Right. So this brings you to thinking. You need to think smart. You need to be detailed. You need
so making of these things are not for just ordinary people. It's not like
no, you need to have a passion for it. We have a lot of bakeries in Ghana who can't do what I do, and I have a lot of them also coming for master class in Lacake. We have levels, right? We have those who does just the whipped cream and the buttercream, simple fondant cakes. Then we have those who are into the sugar craft itself, the 3D effects, the gravities, the fondant itself, right? So we are not a lot that are into this.
Okay.
Yeah, so the upcoming ones, some of them want to, come and we're having a masterclass in December strictly for those who are already into cake, and the class is almost full. What are they coming for? Just those things I'm telling you of the 3D effects in cakes.
We have got into 3D effects in cakes, right?
Yes, of course. We have.
See, when you speak about cakes and all this sugar and all that, some people will think, okay, if you want to go to school to do science or whatever and you are not able to do it, that's when you decide that, okay, making cake is simple. It's easier. Let me go and learn it. I never knew we were getting to a point of 3D and all that.
It's not. It's not. It's not that simple. Except you just want to make the regular cake, which is like whipped cream and all that. But when it comes to the real thing that is trending now, it's not simple. It's not.
Talking about the trends now, is it what people now want to see? Don't just do an ordinary cake for me, but
everybody wants
bring me a hanging cake and whatever it is.
Exactly. Everybody wants to wow their guests. So you just don't give me something you can go to the mall and buy. Give me something different, something people were like, whoa, where did you get this? Is this cake? I love to hear when my clients say, when my guests saw my cake, they were asking, is it real cake?
Yeah.
Is it real cake? So stuffs like that. Everybody, that's what people want now. Nobody wants the regular. Except for those who probably don't have enough to do that, yeah, they could just go for all the timing. It's short, then they could just go for that.
Well, what's the impact this is making in the world of cake making? Is it bringing you guys on your feet? Is it making you guys think more now, because the demands that are coming are not the regular demands that everybody will have? So when you have conversations amongst your friends who are also into this, is it creating the kind of impact you guys want to see?
Yes, it's creating that impact, and it's also making us want to learn more. The likes of me go outside to learn more, because we have trends that comes every day. So you need to keep learning. We don't stop learning. We just keep learning. So yeah, it's keeping us on our toe, and it's making us want to do more, want to push to do more. Yeah.
In your space, I know, in other spaces there are collaborations. I don't know how competitive your space is like, but I mean,
collaboration is very, very, very. It is. Everybody wants to collaborate now, and yeah, it's worth it, because when you can get something and all that to do, and you don't know how to go about it. Instead of letting it go, you could just call someone who knows how to handle this, and you guys can work together, and it comes out perfectly. You still make money from it, and the person still makes money from it.
So it's not as bad as it's made to believe, that the competition is not allowing you guys to be collaborative.
Well, for myself, I think I need to be very selective with this. I'm just speaking for myself. For me, I know a lot of bakers who don't even want to hear your name.
Exactly.
Yes, and there are a lot of us that don't want to hear there is another baker called Lacake, right? And okay, I'll put this on air. There are some bakers, top bakers in Ghana, who have come to Lacake disguised.
Oh wow!
Yes, my staff is here. He can tell you they disguise themselves. They don't want me to.
They bring other people to come there.
No,
or they come themselves.
They came themselves, and she, quotes unquote, she came herself. Two of them came themselves.
Not just one.
Yes, two of them. I don't want to mention the brand.
And they all own cake businesses.
Yes, they run big cake businesses. They are well-known brands, right? But when they came in, they pretended to be, I'm just coming for polish. I don't know what it is. I feel like if you tell me you are Kojo, I would, I can give you more. Do you understand? What you are paying me, let's say 5,000 Ghana cedis to teach you for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I'll say, this is my colleague. I need to treat him right. I will treat you right. I will teach you more. But when they come in, they don't want me to know this is them.
But you know them.
I'm not that kind of person that recognizes people. So the last one, it was my staff that said, "Hey, mom, this is this." I said, "Ooh," so I have to go to her page. I check her page. I saw the picture, and I was like, "Oh, okay." So it doesn't make sense to me. Just come and tell me, Lacake, this is me. I need to learn this. I'm not going to go out there and tell the whole world, I've taught you how to do this, which is what they are trying to avoid. But it doesn't make sense. I have people in the industry that I call, guy, how did you get this? How did you get this?
So you are able to do that?
I do that
many
all the time.
Are not able to
Baker's
do so.
King, the other time, let me mention his name. The other time I called him, I saw something he did. I said, where did you get this material? I'm not shy to do that. We are all learning. And he was like, I got it. I said, okay, fine. But some of us just come in with this pride thing, and it's not nice.
Do you think that over the period, there have been certain instances that have contributed to this? Because people have been in this business for long, right? And especially women. And I want to put the emphasis on women because of the purpose of what we're trying to achieve with this. So are women not really, over the period, understanding the fact that certain things that have happened, and we need to move on? And so the new generation is supposed to understand things from different perspectives.
I think women would always be women. Women would always have this pride in us. That's just what I think. But for some of us, it's not necessary. If I'm in Makati and I have my clients, me learning from you doesn't mean I'm taking your clients from you. the world is big enough for all of us to make money.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's just a women thing. I think the men in the industry don't have this issue. I can tell you that.
Well, maybe yes, but not as much as the women have, because for someone to disguise themselves to come, all in the name of what,
just that's that they don't want, me to feel like, oh, I'm teaching them, but it's nothing. Someone taught me. How
does that make you feel when you see situations like that?
Well, I felt important because if not, you wouldn't. You wouldn't have done that. If you feel like I'm not worth it, you wouldn't have done that. So, But I still taught her what she needed to know, but I didn't give extra because she hid her identity from me. So
there was no way you're going to give her extra.
No, I wouldn't have done that. Yeah.
But you would have done that if she came.
If she had, yeah. And the funny thing is, she chatted me on Instagram. We had a talk. She said she was going to come. But when she was ready to come, she contacted me with a different number.
Wow.
So I didn't know she was the one. Yeah, so it's just a women thing, I think. Yeah.
Interesting things. Now, let's look at beyond what you're doing, the school and all of that. Are you looking forward to in the future creating a certain environment where I would have to get the government, attention, support, and all of that? Is this something that exists even already in your kind of industry?
My kind of industry, no, I don't think that exists. None that I'm aware of it. So, I would want to do something like that. But you know how it works with governments in Africa? So for now, I'm just focusing on doing what I know I can do by, giving out free training to women with kids or with children, yeah.
All right. Okay, so if you just join us here on the show, we're talking about cakes and, we have one over here. I don't know. Okay, so I see Joy Prime Morning on it. We're going to open this and then check out, what this cake is all about and what went into it. You tell us what went into it and all of that. Okay. So we're going to also check out some of her projects, those that she has done already. And then when we are done, okay, so that's on your screen right now. You remember this?
Yeah, sure.
What were you making for this?
What was this? A bag? Yeah, I think this was a bag. I was actually teaching the
this
students.
Is a class.
Yeah, this is a class.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is your mood when you're in a class. I don't know how these guys will cope. You're not smiling.
Okay, so no, I don't smile in class.
You don't smile in class.
When you smile, they tend not to pay attention. So I don't really.
So it works for you?
Yeah, it works for me.
Okay. Continue frowning. It's good. All right.
So this was also in class. Yeah.
So this is what? Were you making pastries?
No, this was a piping techniques.
Piping techniques.
Yes.
I have no idea what it is. We're checking it. Okay, so that's over there. This is what? 4?
This is 5-tier wedding cake.
Okay, there's one at the bottom?
Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-tier wedding cake.
Oh. What is that? You built a house?
Yeah, it's a castle cake. This was done recently. I think this month, I guess. Yeah.
Come on, how do you do this? How long did it take you to do this?
Oh, 2 to 3 weeks.
You'll be working on a cake for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It doesn't melt. My goodness, I have no idea how this thing works, but.
So these are the students' wedding projects.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think this is also class.
Oh boy, look at that. You built. So this is cake.
Yes, this is cake.
How do they even keep this? Okay, this is lovely.
Yeah.
For the lawyers.
Yes, for the lawyers.
A lot of them must have come to you quite recently.
It was.
This is what I saw.
Okay.
And I was excited about it. I was really excited about it. Maybe because of the dollars in there. I was excited about it. Okay, so this is for somebody's boss.
Yes.
So happy birthday to my best boss.
Yeah.
That boss will like you forever. I see. And it took how long to do this one too?
Oh, this can take like 2 days.
2 days, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's quick.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, for the lawyers.
But this can take few hours.
What's the longest you have done in terms of days, weeks, hours?
Castle cake.
Okay, that took you the 3 weeks.
Yes,
that's the longest you've done in your project.
That's the longest you can ever do.
Yeah.
Yeah, castle cake is most. The rest of them you can just do 3 days, 4 days, max 1 week. That's castle cake is.
Wow. So you do all this?
Yes. So you create structure. Here, I think I was trying to create a structure.
You are blessed with technical.
Yes, you have to.
As well.
You have to. So that's the 3D I was talking about.
Yeah.
These are 3D effects cakes. So you need to get the structure yourself and everything.
So you learn carpentry?
No, I didn't. It just comes
You're
with
cutting
it.
wood.
Yes.
And all that.
It just comes with it.
My goodness.
So you see the wood I cut, I created the hand of the hawk. It was meant to be a superhero cake.
My goodness. I see. So people are weird. They come asking you for all of this.
No, people are not weird. I think you are not just into cake and you don't really know what's
cake,
happening.
yes, not really into cake. You're smart. I mean, these are weird things people are making you do.
Yeah, I think this was what we did for one of the former footballers recently.
You created a whole apartment.
Yes, I think he's into real estate. and everything here is edible. That's the funny thing.
Yeah.
Everything is edible, yeah.
Oh, that's Calvin Prince Boateng over there.
Yes.
I'm excited about seeing all these things.
Yeah.
You know, the creative side that it brings out of you. Sure. You know, I was thinking that boys will be cutting all the wood for you and you'll be doing what
I do my thing.
Looks like, you know, you're technically, you know, everything in that.
I do my thing.
In that business. And that looks good.
Yeah.
That looks good. Is that something you're doing for Christmas? Any promotion or something?
Yes, we're having a Christmas package and it's a lot of goodies in one pack. So anyone interested could just check out.
Can locate you and then, you know, they can also get involved. All right, so what we're going to do, okay, so this is the masterclass you're talking about.
Yes, this is a masterclass that is coming on in December.
Okay.
So those are 3D cakes. You see the teddy bear standing. Yeah. Then the baby with there's also a 3D cake. Then the one at the middle is a gravity divine cake.
Juanita is actually skipping.
Yes.
My goodness. A skipping cake.
Yeah.
Anyway, so and there's another one here. Okay, this one.
This for the wedding promos.
Yeah. How much did they pay you for this? 2,000. Oh, but it's cool.
It depends. This is a promo package, and it's like 40% out. So this is not the normal price.
Oh, okay. So this is on a promotion, right?
This is on a promotion.
Okay, but on the normal regular, how much?
Wedding cake. It depends on the tray. We have sizes. So
what's the largest size and how much that's not?
The largest size can be 20,000 Ghana cedis. If you want a castle cake as a wedding cake, you should be looking at 25 to 30,000 Ghana cedis.
And people come to pay for that.
Sure.
Wow, that's good. It means you having good business for yourself.
Well.
More money, I guess. Anyway, so that's Jane Edu this morning telling us all you need to know about cakes and what she's been doing with the school, Lacake as well. When I heard Lacake, I thought it was somewhere in Labadi, but she tells me it's not. So where's the location now?
Makati.
Oh, Makati Hill.
Yeah.
That's where the school is.
Yes.
Okay, and you're on social media.
Yes.
Can you put out and the number they can call you?
So on Instagram, Lacake School, that's GH, and the number is 0262 000 837. Then 02.
That's a cake?
Yeah, that's a cake.
That's so real to be true.
Someone said, I don't want to cut it. I just want to keep the bag there.
Yeah, this looks like the real bag.
That's a cake.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah. That's good. All right, so the number again, let me call you.
0262 000 837.
Okay, that's the number they can call for any inquiries they want to make, right?
Yes.
Great stuff. So please do well and give them a call. What I've seen over here is really nice. My wedding should be a good one. Looking like that. I see that. Stop laughing. Okay, so that's the CEO of Lacake School and Bakery joining us this morning, Mrs. Chinedu, spending time with us here on the show. So she has a very busy schedule. She doesn't play. She doesn't have time for anything resting. I don't know how you deal with this, but fatigue can actually set in. You don't have anything you do for fun? You don't listen to music?
No.
You don't play football?
Music. Without music, I can't work. You get frustrated and depressed if you are into my kind of work without music. You need to listen to music to just get your mind off the stress. So music is always on in the studio.
Is there a particular song you love to listen to while you're working?
I love gospel songs, and when it's 4 or 5, my spouse will say, "Do you want love? Do you want to remember your husband?" And they go with the cool songs.
Sure, they know you, Papa. And they play cools for you.
They play cools for me,
and then they just
singing.
connect you to Canada.
Yes.
My goodness. And then after 5, where do they bring you back to?
They bring me back to gospel.
They bring you back to gospel again.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So you've lived all your life here in Ghana?
Not really. I've lived out there. I've been in South Africa, Nigeria. Then
I thought Nigeria was going to be first. You sound like a Nigerian.
Yeah,
so
I lived there. I schooled there actually.
Oh, you schooled there, but you're from there.
No, I'm not from there. I'm from here. Yeah.
A Ghanaian, how can I? Yeah, you have a Nigerian. Oh, then you must have lived there for long.
Yes. My mom lived there, so.
Yeah, because the donation actually, and your husband is a Ghanaian.
Yeah.
And you are also a Ghanaian, by the way.
But when you hear him speak to,
you think he's a Nigerian?
No, I think he has more of the.
Abuchiri.
Yeah, kind of.
So Yankee, eh? Anyway, thank you so much. But you brought something to us this morning. If they can capture, I don't know how they're going to capture the top, but I'm just telling you what I see over there. So it's Joy Prime Morning, like I read earlier, and this is for us.
Yes, this is for you.
Okay, so technically this is going to be for Nat. He's the only person celebrating his birthday here. Tomorrow, no, it's today. Tomorrow. So we're giving you Nat. Your birthday is tomorrow or is today? Rosalie, it's today. Nat, your birthday is today. So we're going to give you this. For your birthday, nobody's touching this cake apart from Nat. I know Rosalie will come and touch it, but we'll get there, But it's not for anybody; it's for Nat. So this is for you. What went into this? Sugar? What?
Okay, so this is the regular cake. We didn't have the time. Okay. I didn't even know I'll be able to make it today, but we just have to make something very fast. So there's a whipped cream cake.
Whipped cream.
Yes, whipped cream cake.
It means it's all just cream.
Yes, it's all cream.
All cream.
Yeah. Then the name is crafted in fondant. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there are no layers. We don't have different layers that different
I think
tastes.
It's two layers in there.
So there are different tastes in there.
Yes.
So what's the icing? They say something is icing.
The icing is the whipped cream. So this is not. That's the white one you see in there. Yeah.
Anyway, it is what it is. So yeah, that's I guess for women in business today. We're wrapping up. We'd like to say a big thank you to you, Mrs. Jane, for coming through this morning and sharing
so much
all these amazing things you're doing with us. We appreciate you. Continue to do what you have to do, and give people livelihood. I mean, it is something that you're very passionate about from the way you spoke about it, and so we're hoping that in a couple of years we'll see your school grow, become big, and we'll come there and eat cake.
Sure.
Maybe I can just come and enroll.
Sure.
Learn how to make cake for shaggy reasons. I need to prove to some women that I can't cook, but I can make cakes. So I'll come and then learn from there. Great stuff. All right, so that's going to be today our conversation of women in business. There's still more coming up. Siedua has got entertainment. We've got an artist in the studio, and we're going to be looking at the life of musicians, what they're doing. How they're trying to also, overcome the challenges and everything in between here on the show. That's going to be our last conversation, by the way, but we hope you do enjoy it. And again, Nat, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you. And big shout outs going out to David Oscar. Put up an amazing concert over the weekend in Koforidia. The reggae, show was just massive. And we love it. It's going to be an annual thing. And so we had a good time in Koforidia last Saturday. Thank you so much for putting that together.